When someone passes away, families usually discard their loved one's clothing. Some people choose to send these clothes to volunteers who use them as fabric to make teddy bears. Placing these bears at home holds great sentimental value and brings comfort to the soul.
When a loved one dies, those left behind may have a wound that's difficult to heal. The remembrance of memories and joyful moments shared with the deceased may be painful. Not all the people can find a right way to heal from the grief and loss. Although Danielle hasn't experienced bereavement, her husband Russell's severe illness has arguably affected her and their 3 children, Eva, Emmy, and Ewan, as hard as loss ever has.
He had collapsed on the walk, and our neighbor had found him and came to the house to tell me. The ambulance had come and they were trying to resuscitate him. It took a long time, and it wasn't until we got to the hospital finally that we were told that he had a very rare situation called a heart spasm. It's estimated possibly 45 minutes of downtime, which resulted in an anoxic brain injury. And so he's permanently brain damaged.
Russell is now living in a long-term care center due to his need in healthcare. Although Danielle visits Russell every day, Danielle and her children feel as if an important part of their lives has been emptied without Russell's presence in their daily life. Later, she learned about the Memory Bear program offered by the hospice center. It aims to use the clothing of the deceased to create teddy bears, allowing people to cherish the memory of their lost loved ones. Although Russell is still alive, the team made an exception for this family. They used 3 of Russell's clothing to make teddy bears, serves as a form of comfort and healing for her 3 children.
Before, it was really hard to sleep because even when I hugged my dad's sweater, I used to always just hug my dad's sweater, this same sweater, for when I was sleeping. And then my mom said it could turn into a bear. And then now it also sometimes feels like I'm hugging him, and then also it's his sweater. He liked Adelaide crows, and there was the Adelaide crow logo on it. Then she kept the logo in the collar, which I think can also come off. It has the stars on the shirt and it has the stars at the bottom. Also has the logo on the back. And it's like a teddy bear, wearing my dad's old shirt.
Chrissy is the in charge of the Memory Bear program. She mentioned that this program has been running for around 20 years. Over the years, the volunteers have made more than 3,500 bears, with many heart-wrenching and memorable stories along the way.
3 years ago, and it was a 52-year-old woman that came to me because she lost her 52-year-old policeman husband. And these are his uniforms, his crests, his badges. These are his golf clothes, and he loves soccer, and these are his soccer clothes. And I want 31 memory bears made. It was family members, his sons, but it was also his police family, his buddies. She made those 31 bears in 20 days for this woman because she was having a memorial and she wanted to make them by that memorial date so she could give them to each and every person.
Deb is one of the volunteers who joined the team in January of this year. She is the teddy bear's seamstresses for Danielle's family. She found the most challenging part is finding creative ways to use the fabric effectively, preserving the style and essence of the original design. She hopes that when the family see the teddy bear, they will immediately think of the clothes Russell used to wear. For example, one of the pieces Danielle's family chose was a hoodie that Russell used to wear for morning workout. So Deb made a hat for the bear, resembling the hood from that hoodie, allowing Danielle to recognize it instantly.
Move them around a bit and try to get a feel for what kind of a bear I'm going to make with it, or how I'm going to, the clothing, and they might have a stain on it, or it might have a little hole, or I know with my dad's clothing it was all faded, so I had to use the back side of the material so I could get that brighter color. So sometimes you have to find different ways to place the pattern so that you're missing those little oddities that you don't want to show up in the bear.
Deb mentioned that aside from the time spent planning the fabric use, it took about 4 to 5 hours from cutting to completion.
The front side and this is the back side, so I iron on this backing and then I start to sew. And then once my front is done, I insert the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, always leaving a little spot open so that you can help me. Well, I have to turn it inside out, so that's where I turn that inside out. And then once it's turned inside out, I have my little bear, and where that opening was, I stuff inside the bear the clothing or the accessories, and it always depends on what the client asked for. So this was a sundress, and the client has asked for a tie.
Danielle said she felt comforted when she saw the bears. She originally had to pay for these teddy bears, but an anonymous donor from the community covered the cost. These teddy bears not only represent her and her children's longing and love for her husband, but also the support from others for their family.
Time is great medicine easing the pain of loss. As the years pass with tears, these therapeutic teddy bears may bring cherished memories to mind, offering smiles of solace amidst the sorrow.
今日嘅節目時間又到，下星期再見。